Hello, my name is John Smith. I'm your normal average Joe living in Boston. I'm gonna show you a normal day in my life as a steel worker. I'm gonna call this a plog for picture blog. I hope you enjoy my average Joe life. I live in a relatively normal-sized apartment for the city, and I'm in walking distance of the steel factory I work in. We use some pretty new technology in the steel factory. We use this new process known as Bessemer process, which is actually really cool. It was discovered approximately in 1851, but we just employed it 1 year ago in 1859. This is the road I walk down every single morning to get to the steel factory. It's very nice. The city of Boston is a very pretty city. And now to talk more about Bessemer's process. It was actually patented by an Englishman known as Henry Bessemer in 1856. And it is now widely used to make steel. Steel is very important to the industrialization of America because it is lightweight and now inexpensive to make, and it is also stronger than iron, which was the main metal used for the past 100 years. I walk down these streets and I think to myself, what the beauty of the city, what the beauty of the revolution. The Industrial Revolution would bring so many good things to America. It'll bring us the power to export our goods to any part of the country and bring us closer and closer to making new technology. This is purely a wonderful time, and I'm very excited. I'm now approaching the steel factory where I work. I'm going to tell you much more about Bessemer's process here. I hope you're excited. This is the steel factory in which I work. I think that this is the most important place in America, or one of them. Steel factories are basically the foundation of the Industrial Revolution. Without steel, all the new inventions that are being created wouldn't be able to work correctly. As I said earlier, steel is much lighter, cheaper, and stronger than iron. Iron is an element that is easily combined with other things, such as carbon. When you combine iron with carbon, you get steel. This is what Bessemer's process employs. Bessemer converter. You can find these all over the factory because they are used to make steel. They employ the Bessemer process to make this steel. The way the Bessemer process works is that you put in molten pig iron through the top opening seen at the top, and then you let it cook and it will become molten. Then you blow air in through a tube that goes to the bottom that also runs through the crank. What this does is it blows air onto the iron, which oxidizes it. That removes impurities and increases the temperature, allowing it to stay molten to form steel. I know I've talked about the importance of steel, but I've never really backed it up with very many facts, except for how much better it is than iron. So let me tell you, in these times, transportation is so important due to the new industries. We need to transport goods we create across the country, or even across seas. Now, one way we can do that is through steam engines, or another way, steamboats. And how do we create steam engines and steamboats? You use steel. You also use steel to make railroad tracks, which are spanning across the United States, which is hundreds of miles, showing the demand for steel. You may be wondering why I'm so interested in iron and steel. Well, let me tell you a story. When I was just a child, I think maybe 7 or 8 years old, I was living with my mother and with my grandfather. My father had died working at an iron factory, and my grandfather was on his deathbed for the same reason. My mother was too weak to work due to an illness, and he was the only one supporting our family. He blamed all our troubles on iron. It was an unlucrative career, and I swore to him on his deathbed that I would find a way to turn iron into something that could help people and not leave a family in ruins. So, on that day, I decided to join a steel factory. And now I have studied and researched, and my passion has only ever grown. I hope that you have learned something about steel and its importance and its beauty, and I hope that you will take that away and tell your friends. Thank you for viewing and listening to my blog.
I'm a gummy bear, yes I'm a gummy bear. Oh, I'm a yummy, tummy, funny, lucky gummy bear. I'm a jelly bear, cause I'm a gummy bear. Oh, I'm a moving, grooving, jamming, singing gummy bear. Oh yeah, gummy, 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 gummy bear. Gummy, 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 gummy bear. Bang, 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 doody, body, bum, bang, bang, doody, body, bang, bang, doody, body, body, bum. Bang, 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 doody, body, bum, bang, bang, doody, body, bang, bang, doody, body, body, bum. Oh, I'm a gummy bear, yes I'm a gummy bear. Oh, I'm a yummy, tummy, funny, lucky gummy bear. I'm a jelly bear, cause I'm a gummy bear. Oh, I'm a moving, grooving, jamming, singing gummy bear. Oh yeah. Free times you can buy me. Free times you can buy me. Gummy, 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 gummy bear. Gummy, 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 gummy bear. Ain't baju ka gummy matsi, jara ma jara baram. Jara tanso marati na tep tep party pop. Ain't baju ka gummy zombie, chichi bane kori the mambo chodo. Bakken na jara ma dish tanso party pop. Oh, I'm a gummy bear, yes I'm a gummy bear. Oh, I'm a yummy, tummy, funny, lucky gummy bear. I'm a jelly bear, cause I'm a gummy bear. Oh, I'm a moving, grooving, jamming, singing gummy bear. Oh yeah, oh, 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 oh. Ba-do-dee-da-dee-dee-dee, ba-dee-do-dee-da, mo gummy bear. Oh, 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 oh. Dee-do-dee-dam, dam, dee-do-dee gummy bear, party pop. Free times you can buy me. Free times you can buy me. Gummy, 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 gummy bear. Gummy, 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 gummy bear. Oh, I'm a gummy bear, yes I'm a gummy bear. Oh, I'm a yummy, tummy, funny, lucky gummy bear. I'm a jelly bear,